Hello my friends, this is December 23rd, 2023, Osher here. I'm going to discuss a little bit astrology to wish you all happy holidays. This is the last week of the Cash 2022 that started with the end of pandemic and Russia-Ukraine attention, and with very big corruption all over in crypto exchanges, in politics. And this is part of the nature, together with the South Node in Scorpio and the eclipses that we got. Today, it was a few hours ago, a new moon in Capricorn, and we are already in Capricorn season this week with the sun solstice. So it's a very significant one because it's a cycle of a month, it's a cycle of a season, and we are of course in Gregorian calendar entering to the new year of 2023. And we usually need to make important decision, deciding what we need to let go, what we are going to build, what we are going to do with the work situation. It's all about work and about structure. And interestingly enough, the sexy guy from Ukraine is right now in the White House speaking deals and donation wise from the United States, like it wasn't already shown so obvious, and like United States never donated and gave money for third parties countries. Now they are doing it in live in front of a lot of people, like to hire, that's what they've done most of the year, the pro-attention, pro-Ukraine against the evil that represented by Russian alliances that are serving in a way the interest of China or the interest of what against the US rebellious freedom constitution wise to represent the West. But we know that it's all about money and about the structure. And because of this, we need to suspect a lot. Because Pluto is right now a Pluto return of the United States. This is exactly what led to United States being this identity. And not only this, Mercury is ready, it's Capricorn now, and it's going to station exactly on Pluto, of the Pluto return of the United States. Now Mercury representing the agreement negotiations and all the trickstering thing and the strategies that are happening right now in government, and the theme that related to media and to manipulation of the narrative. Mercury is ruling also the propaganda. This is all the marketing, how they can sell you something. They are repeating on it many times: buy this vacuum, buy this oven, buy this kitchen, buy this house, buy this motor, buy this coin. Right? This is the propaganda, the machinery of the marketing that all companies are running, and this is the Mercury ruled. And this is now in a very critical place before retrograding in Capricorn near to Pluto, when Mars is about to finish by January 6th the retrograde in Gemini, ruled by this Mercury in retrograde. What's surprising that Fox News right now are criticizing or are speaking dirtily about what is happening right now in the White House, and the people, as we say, around the world, humanity, are exposing now in so many ways the corruption of the the structure that pretended to save our right to help us being organized and legal society. Corruption is in all times high, also in Europe, in many countries, scandals of election in many countries, including here in Brazil. And people are confused between their personal life that trying to save their day out of all these insanities that we happen. People just want to survive. This is all the concept of Capricorn, how you survive and how you are going to manipulate and to change the rules and to change the game in order to find alternative solution. Now Saturn is the last Saturn is the ruler of Capricorn, and Pluto is now finishing this, because in March, in the end of this energetical year, not the Gregorian year, which is in March, February, March, Saturn is losing its powerful seat in Aquarius after 6 years. Capricorn and Aquarius are ruled by Saturn and will move to Pisces, losing its power, is losing. So now people, Pluto in Aquarius, will be asked and forced, due to the events that will happen, to use the technology that are there for us. Like, as we know, all the organizations and revolution that even happened in the Arab springtime were managed by Facebook. So all those technologies that we are usually speaking about not being tracked or all this, to use it to our favor. So now it feels, what should I do? But at least you know the tools that are out there for you in order to find the right people, the right places, and we will need to manage ourselves in a decentralized way. This is air period that we are starting now since 2020. This is a reason why everybody working from home. We don't need anymore the earth element as before. It's not about success of how many properties you have. It's more about how much access you have to things and how flexible you are and how many people in network you are connecting, and how many network you are connected and in touch with different people that related to your topics. And SBF, this guy with this curly guy, this corrupt, people were amused. He was arrested in the Bahamas. He's this. He will be with rats in the jail. All those financial crimes. Do you really think that they will sit with a little room with rats? They have library to do degrees. They have beautiful guys to give them pleasure anally, maybe. But they have a more luxury departments there to treat. But as we know, the straw man concept, this is all about money, and those are so many. The way how the justice is ruled is based on deals and not just for punishing or showing others. So of course he's not going to jail. He's going to stay in his parents' house that probably bought in this money that was corrupted by FTX, and will be under the vigilization of his parents with a very big fine that also it's fine to pay. And we are all seeing the corruption, how the big can do, not afraid from punishment, because you cannot scare bitch with money or with or with the size of the dick. The just will pay whatever, but the profits when they take in, they are very big. What you agree to release that is related to fear of punishment, fear of failing, fear of losing, and fear of restriction, okay? Fear of being stuck. Why I'm saying all those? Because this is the topics of Capricorn. Capricorn and Saturn usually creating those breaks through the fear, through the restriction that the parents say or the government say, you prohibited, is you cannot, you know, all the restriction, all the limits related to Saturn. Now, a child need limits. A society, we need limits to respect until this line from here to there. But when we are creating extra rules that are abusing the freedom and the right of a person, this is a crime as well. And step by step, little by little, a little line here, you cannot transfer to here, you must declare it this, you must to show this, you know. No, it's only one more paper, it's only one more law. Yeah. So we are all expected or needed to use this cosmic timeline, to use the Capricorn knowledge to promise ourselves a new structure, and it's demanding more talents and more traits according to each one natal chart, what risk you are taking, because with Capricorn is also about risk. Saturn is also ruling ships and all the relationships and all what comes with ships, because this is how you are navigating the rule, the maritime law. So you need to take risk. You need to commit. By commitment, sometimes we are taking risk of signing on the non-right contract or choosing the not right place. But we need to remember flexibility-wise. We need to push right now to the highest place, but this will be now very challenging in the world with Mercury retrograde in Capricorn when Mars is stopping the retrograde. So we're going to see a lot of popcorn effect right now of many things that were thrown in the oven under very boiling oil right now start popping, and it's related also to amazing, horrible restrictions that happen to us and the forcing people to receive something to their body against their permission or against their consent just because it was needed. So we're going to experience a lot of interesting news. The year of 2023 will divide for two, of course, and until the middle of 2023 we are still preparing and in a recession timing. Most people are in the bunker, those that already took profits or just don't want to play or to take the head out of the cave due to this storm that is happening outside. And a lot of opportunities are going to start appearing from the second half of 2023, and it's also related to a lot of very cheap prices that stocks of good companies that will survive will offer, and this will demand also a lot of bankruptcies and companies that will need to be bailed out by other companies and institutions. But this is very much related here to civil unrest and a lot of conflicts against primitive structures that are not serving the highest best for humanity. So with Jupiter meeting Chiron, we are needing to expect the next months very weird events related to decisions and actions of country, but this is also invitation for us not to afraid from dirty or from dirt in our hands in a way, in order to do something that is related to our destiny. And yeah, at least the intention to be in integrity, to not be afraid from being stuck, for not being afraid from get punished if you are knowing that you are doing right and it's karmically and by God justified to be okay, not by rules of somewhere specifically. Those are legal way how people are stealing the force, taking from the little guy sometimes half of what it worked. And we know that the government and the rich countries are barely paying taxes. They are just taking from the little guy what they're really working, right? And it's all related to this, taxation, Mercury on Pluto. And this is what and how United States born, out of rebelling against the taxation for the English Empire, right? It's also will be related to the dollar with Mercury on Pluto. So expect for big revolution. We don't know exactly how to play out, but my bet is being outside of the dependency in the main tubes and finding decentralized way, using the digital world, using the technology that is available for now, right now, also to design our life. It's still by intention, because it's going to be very needed from the full moon in Capricorn, starting in July 2023, when Jupiter will meet the North Node. So prepare your intention for alternative resources and solution. You maybe don't need to have a monthly income from apartment you are renting here and there in Airbnb, because we're going to find new way of income, a new way of how people are going to move. It's also going to be trendy, and how we're accessing food and other things that's going to be more valuable, right? I'll leave you with this big hug. Check the links below. As always, happy holidays.